I have vast experience of volunteering as scrutineer, so I would like to address disinformation about Bill-20. Disinformation number one that eliminating vouching somehow is ageist, racist, and transphobic, and will disenfranchise 50,000 people from voting. I actually even saw 100,000 number. I have a piece of advice for so-called professors. You don't have to guess. Go into Elections Alberta website and see it for yourself that 10,564 people have been vouched for in 2023 provincial elections. And it doesn't mean that they didn't have an ID at all. Some of them had forgot their ID in the car or at home and decided that it would be easier if they have someone vouched for them. We just had a public inquiry into foreign interference, where it was alleged that China attempted to meddle in 2019 and 2021 federal elections. The unclassified documents have alleged that vast load of international students was coerced to vote in 2019 liberal nomination race. So who are those 100,000 disenfranchised voters that our left-wing pundits are so worried about? Disinformation number two is that voter ID does not eliminate non-citizens from voting. While it's true that driver license does not have citizenship information on them, voter roll has information on citizenship. So combination of accurate voter roll and ID does eliminate non-citizens from voting. I recently volunteered as a scrutineer in Red Deer municipal by-election where I witnessed people voting multiple times in one location. The only reason I was able to catch them is that I spent 9 hours in one location. These people didn't cast multiple votes in 1 hour. They spread out their voting throughout the entire day and even change clothes. So by the time I was 100% confident and approached PDRO, these people have already voted 3 times and multiplied by 3 locations and 4 days of voting. That a lot of votes. It's really hard for any candidate to find a scrutineer who can spend 9 to 12 hours in one location and place them at every location and during the entire election period. In fact, every time when I show up as a scrutineer at the polling station, the election workers are very surprised to see me. They say that rarely ever comes to observe elections, especially during advanced voting. Disinformation number three, that tabulators are cheap and accurate. If tabulators are so cheap, why Red Deer Council has allocated $350,000 on their recent municipal by-election? While I can tell you why, the tabulator vendor had to fly 4 IT specialists from Panama, Florida, Toronto, LA. Plus, each tabulator had a dedicated election clerk who was observing the tabulator throughout the day, throughout the entire elections. During 2023 provincial elections, the difference between official and unofficial count of the tabulators was 10 times higher of that of the hand counting. In fact, the most accurate way of counting was hand counting on election day. This is very sad that our so-called political scientists prefer to speculate instead of looking at actual data. Election integrity is very important for the democratic process.